Hi everyone, it's Lynnea. Today I'm going to be creating a quick and easy simple card using the ephemera from the Christmas Concertina Kit that is available on HSN. So this kit comes with a whole bunch of ephemera pieces that you can use to decorate your concertina cards, but I wanted to show you that if you have extra ephemera pieces left over, you can use them to create a card. So I'm just going through here. I've separated my ephemera pieces into a small little dish, and I'm just going to pick out some of my favorites and set them to the side. I'll start my card by working on the background. I have the plaid stencil from LDRS Creative. It's one of my favorite stencils. It's an older stencil, but it's definitely a staple. I'm going to adhere a piece of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch piece of cardstock to the back of that stencil. And then I'll grab a blender brush, and I'm using Marina Madness ink, and I'm going to start blending ink onto this cardstock. I'm going to start on the edges, and I'm using a lighter hand because you can always add more ink, but you can't really take it away. So I'm going to go around all the edges, and my idea is to have the edges be darker and the center be lighter, but I don't really want to leave anything that's super white, so it's all going to have this blue ink colored to it. But I wanted to start by going around the edges. That way when I start inking up the middle and bringing my brush across the edges are going to get darker while the inside stays light. So I'm just going to continue on in this motion, making sure to use a circular motion here so that I get all the nooks and crannies of this plaid stencil. And when I'm done, I'll remove the stencil and I'll have a really cute background. Don't forget that if you want to add more color, you always can. I decided to go back in and just darken up only the edges. I have enough ink in the center of my panel, but I wanted to have the edges be a little bit darker, especially since I plan on trimming this piece down a little bit. I wanted to make sure that I had enough of that darker ink coming in towards the center. So here's my finished background. I trimmed it down to 4 inches by 5 1/4 so it will layer on an A2 card base, and I added some silver shimmer watercolor speckles across the background. Now I grabbed one of those little lines of holly, and that's going to kind of be my ground. I like to have something to ground my images, whether it's this or even just a simple line or a sentiment, something below my images to give them a grounding aspect. So from here I'm just going to take a bunch of those ephemera pieces from that Christmas Concertina Kit, and I will add some foam tape behind them and add them to my card. I added a quick sentiment, and then I layered this onto a dark teal card base with a small little white border as well. And that's it! This card came together so quickly and so easily using some of my leftover ephemera pieces from the Christmas Concertina Kit on HSN. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!